Yeah, Stellium. Now it's here too. Good day, sir.
Fun to be here. I just when I first popped in, you guys were talking about plasma and Nephilim and giants, and I was like, this is right up my alley. So I wanted to just pop in and say hello. At one point, Dutch, you were talking about plasma.
Absolutely.
You were talking about plasma and the heat that it can, arrive at, and I just wonder if you've gone into petrification at all and know anything about that sort of thing, like instant petrification or rapid petrification.
Oh, that's very interesting. That ties in with something I saw a long time ago by Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Beardon talking about this very topic and the use of, well, this is very interesting. The use of scalar to reduce and reverse flows of electromagnetic energy down to zero and beyond, to make things disappear and to make things stand still. Well, I mean, if you are you referring to petrification as in cold temperatures?
As in things turning to stone that started off, as flesh or organic material.
Okay, because this ties in exactly with what Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Beardon was talking about, which is how to stop and basically how to stop atoms from moving. And he proposed that you could turn something to stone using radio waves. And then this kind of bred a conspiracy, actually, which I want to call it a conspiracy, whatever you want to call it, about the trolls and the sunlight. And when the sunlight hits the trolls, that it's really the photons that are hitting, and that it's a scalar. And that Thomas Beardon said that where two beams cross, I was talking about this with Bernie before we got on, about where the two beams cross, that's the area where the interaction happens at a distance.
Yeah.
It's called a scalar.
And I need we need Jeremiah for this one.
Would this be like a
Jeremiah appear, and I will send you the link.
Would this be like a Caesar technology?
Yeah, the Caesar would be the sound. That would be a sound of it instead of the light aspect of it. It could be once you organize those scalar waves into a beam scalar.
I think about like at CERN, for instance, right? They're doing this scalar Higgs boson experiments where they're crossing the beams, right? And what are they doing? They're firing monoatomic particles, dude. Did you know that? They're taking monoatomic particles, and that's what they're shooting. They're shooting little particles of iron and little particles of this and that and annihilating them. But to bring them up to speed, they're using high-power microwaves. And they have these banks of klystrons that are down in the base of CERN that go on for like a mile or something. And they have to ride an electric scooter to even service these things. And a klystron is what powers the NEXRAD radar to look at the weather. A klystron takes a little bit of energy, like a little bit of power, and it zaps it up into a lot of power, basically. It uses a magnetron and powerful magnets to zap up electricity itself, use it like a microwave. It microwaves electricity, basically. Anyway, they have these things hooked up in a huge row, and they take these little monoatomic particles, they strip just the same way that you do using electricity and electrodes. They strip the monoatomic particles. They have a company that does it and provides pure monoatomic particles that they shoot using the microwaves. And they have a whole vat of it that they shoot the microwave beam through. It strips some of the particles with it and takes it in the beam. And then they take it through CERN, and they take another beam and do the same thing and take another particle of the same thing, or sometimes other things, and they shoot them into each other. And where they collide, where they cross the beams, that's the scalar. And where the collision happens, they annihilate each other, but they're finding that it creates other things. And so it can create other particles that are unknown. It can annihilate them and go out into nothing. They collect the energy, and God knows what happens. It goes down to the core of the earth or out wherever. But getting back to the petrification, it's possible that you could possibly reverse the flow of, yes, that you could do it with radio waves, and that it could happen, and petrification could happen instantly and turn into stone, yes. And that everything in your body that was some